Welcome to the first episode of Good News TV. I'm your host, Abdul Rahman Ibn Muhammad. As you can see, I was just reading the Northern Agent. That's good news. Shout out to Sasha Allen and her hard work she's doing with the Northern Agent. And rest in peace, John Allen. Back to the show, though. Okay, this is our first episode of Good News TV. You know, we decided to create this show because oftentimes in our community, we watch the news and we see all negativity, all negative information about things that are going on in our community. And we decided we wanted to change that. We wanted to flip it on its head, and we wanted to provide you with positive, good, energizing stories that made you want to watch the news and feel good about what you were watching. So, tune in to the first episode of Good News TV and check us out every week with more good news. Let's get started with the show. Good News TV. All right, welcome back to Good News TV. Okay, so the way we do our show is that we have different correspondents out in the community, and they go out to different events and activities. So our first correspondent is Eddie Brown. Eddie Brown has a podcast called Live to Inspire. You've got to find that podcast because I'm telling you, he has all types of positive guests, positive people that are doing great things in our community. Check out his podcast. We have the link to it right here. Live to Inspire. Okay, but today he's working for Good News TV. He went out to the Bridging the Gap Community Day. And at the Bridging the Gap Community Day, they brought in numerous small businesses. And they're basically there to talk about their businesses and to promote their businesses. So check out the Bridging the Gap Community Day with our correspondent, Eddie Brown.
This event tonight is hosted, or this morning, is hosted by Ruth, and that's a new nonprofit organization that I've organized in Hartford, and it stands for Rebirthing Underdeveloped Teens in Hartford. So it's for at-risk teens from the ages of 14 to 21. So, we're just trying to get ourselves started out here by giving back to the community. We have free school supplies, free hot dogs, we're doing raffles, and we're just trying to bridge the gap between other local organizations within the community.
Hartford Behavioral Health, we've been an assistant over 30 years. We have two locations at 2550 Main Street and 1 Main Street. We have outpatient services for adults. We also have a clinic for children.
Okay, the first day of school. The first day of school is often a scary time for our young people. You know, they got their book bag. They're going to go back in there and start learning for a new grade and all that kind of stuff. But this year, my good friend, Pastor A.J. Johnson and Devon Ward, they pulled together nearly 100 men of color, and they had them welcome the students back to school. You got to check this out. This video is very uplifting and inspiring. It's been picked up by numerous sources across the internet. I mean, it was crazy. So you got to check out the first day of school at MLK, followed by correspondent, State Representative Brandon McGee, who he also was at MLK, and then he showed up at Sarah J. Rawson with another group of men. You know, the first day of school is important, and when you have men, black men out there to welcome the students, it gets them off to the right start. Check out our video.
What's going on, y'all? This is Eddie Brown live right here for Good News TV. We're here live at Martin Luther King Elementary School in Hartford for the first day. 100 concerned men had gathered up to welcome back the students, give them some inspiration, give them some light. We're here again, Martin Luther King Elementary School, for the first day back to school, welcoming the students back. 100 concerned men of Hartford here in Connecticut. We're just here living to inspire, and it's Good News TV. Stay tuned.
Welcome back.
I need every single one of you. Please, I'm begging you. Come back to Martin Luther King School. Come back and save our future. It's not just my future, it's our future. They are the ones who are going to be there when you're older and you have to be in the hospital or you have to be in different places. So please, if we don't invest in them now, we don't have a future.
Good News TV, this is Abdul Rahman bin Muhammad. We're here at the first day of school, and as you can see, it's a wonderful day today.
What's going on, y'all? This is State Representative Brandon McGee, representing 5th Assembly District, Hartford and Windsor, also your correspondent for Good News TV. We're back at it again Friday, today, August 28th, welcoming back students here at Sarah J. Rawson School. And when I tell you we're back at it again, there are men from all walks of life out here embracing your child, your son, your daughter, welcoming them back to school. If you didn't know, we don't have a name to this group. There's not one person, not one group that's out here doing it. It's a collaborative, voluntary effort, and our main goal is to motivate and inspire our young people throughout their education journey. And so we're here spreading the good news, and it doesn't stop here. It's gonna go to the south end, it's gonna go to Windsor, Bloomfield, and even throughout this country. And so stay tuned, we're coming to a school near you.
Bowles Park Community Day, another positive event in our community that you probably didn't hear about. You might have missed it on the local news, but on Good News TV, we got pictures. We got people with smiles on their faces. We got people representing where they're from. As you can see in these pictures, they are straight out of Bowles Park. Hey, we had mayoral candidates come out. We had all types of people at the Bowles Park Community Day. And as you can see, it was a positive day in our city. Good News TV. We have our correspondents, Eddie Brown and Brandon McGee. And maybe even you in the future because you want to be on Good News TV. But every now and then, you're going to see me out in the community as well, taping good news. And so this past weekend, I had the opportunity to go to the Boy Scouts Court of Honor and see a number of young Boy Scouts get their badges for their accomplishments. So check out the video from that. Also, I was the keynote speaker at the AmeriCorps Green Crew graduation at we were at the Kenny Park Pond House, and we had a wonderful time. And we have Erica Adams, and she's going to tell you a few words about that. You missed my speech, but I'm telling you, it was groundbreaking. It was groundbreaking. That's all I can say about it. Next time I'll videotape that as well. Good News TV.
Rashid Ali, Good News TV. Today we had our Scout Court of Honor, and we gave out awards to all of our battalion scouts. They all earned wonderful awards from camping, from service, feeding the homeless, and doing many things in the community which uplift and build respect among humanity. I was very eager to get some of the boys higher in rank, so I took them camping. We intended to go from Hungerford Street to Park Avenue in Bloomfield at a hike, using a map and orienteering, and then stay the night there. We would bring an axe, a saw, and a knife so that we could actually learn those skills and how to use them.
My name is Erica Adams. I'm a correspondent for Good News TV. Today we were here to gather and celebrate the year of accomplishments for our Green Crew AmeriCorps members. They did a year of service providing landscape beautification projects for their city, and we're extremely excited that we could have great supporters with us by our side as we celebrate their service.
Look at me, I can write poetry. I had the pleasure of going out to this event at the YMCA this past weekend, and I'm telling you, what a good time they were having. In addition to the fact that a 8-year-old named Christina R. Jackson wrote a book, they also had dancing, they had flipping, they had just an all-around great time, and it just shows you that so many good things are happening in our community. You know, this also inspired me to think, maybe you could write a book. If you're 8, you're 10, you're 20, hey, Christina did it. Why can't you? Good News TV.
I wrote this book because I was in the car with my mother and she told me that we were going to one of her sales events and I asked if I could sign one of her books and she told me no because my name wasn't moved.
What's going on, Good News TV?
Good News TV!
Good News TV, right here at Christina Renee's. Christina Renee's book release.
Yes, she's an 8-year-old phenom, dancer, gymnast, published author. It's her birthday. And just so you know, August 29th, 2015 is Christina Renee Jackson Day in the city of Hartford. So if you don't know, now you know. This is what's good in our neighborhood.
It's not official till it's official. Christina Renee Jackson.
Okay, we're almost at the end of our first episode of Good News TV. Give it up for us. But before we go, we have our spotlight interview. This week, it's kind of a grainy film footage, but it's a major milestone. The reason why we want to show this is because every now and then in life, you have the opportunity to make a milestone. So our good friend, Jemiah Smith, he's been going to school for the last 18 months for animation. And today, he was able to take a character he's been developing and he's been able to make it move. Check out my interview with Jemiah Smith as he shows you his character start moving. And over the next few months, we'll be able to see a lot more from Jemiah. Check it out. All right, so Jemiah, why don't you tell us about the process that got you to the point where you can make the hand move and his face, you know, the actual animation we just saw, which was only about 2 seconds.
Okay, the process that took to get me to this 2 seconds of his hand moving and his mouth moving took about 3 years. Yeah, because I've been going to school learning this exclusive knowledge. And basically, I'm working mainly in a program called Maya, a very popular software that's used in most of the animations that you see in Hollywood or on at the movies. Your favorite animations are done in this software. And it took me, like I said, 3 years in the making just to do that. But now that that's done, I can do pretty much anything. So it was definitely worth the time, the energy, the effort, and the focus.
Okay, we're at the wrap up. This is the end of the show. But before we go, you might be saying to yourself right now, how do I get my good news on Good News TV? You post it on Facebook, hashtag GNTV, and our media people will get out there and they'll grab that video and we'll put it on our next episode. Also, you can send us an email right here at 15minutesofgoodnews@gmail.com and we'll put that on Good News TV. You may even decide, you know what? I'm good looking. I know how to talk well. I like talking to the camera. I want to be a correspondent for Good News TV. Those are 3 ways that you can be on the show. So, hashtag GNTV, email 15 minutes of good news, or just come up to myself or Zoe or anybody else, Eddie Brown, State Representative Brandon McGee, and say, I want to be on Good News TV. But most importantly, we want you to share your good news. We really need that good news. To keep this show going, we're going to have to be powered by good news. And so, before I go, I want to shout out a few people. First of all, we got to shout out Any Video for putting this together. We want to shout out all the dream chasers out there that are chasing their dreams, making it happen. The Dream Support Network, My People Clinical Services, the North End Agent. We want to shout out the Bandmaster. We want to shout out my main man, Eli Oliver, with Take Flight. We want to shout out A Phi A Fraternity Incorporated, Beta Sigma Lambda Chapter. I want to shout out everybody out there that's doing positive things. I want to shout out all the people that were on this episode. Zoe, am I forgetting anybody? I feel like I'm forgetting somebody.
Subscribe to the link.
Subscribe to the link. And most importantly, good news happens every day. You should be a part of it. Good News TV, 15 minutes of good news.